If you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
I find that I talk to a lot of people that are retired and they like multimillionaires. I ask them what they do, and they say that they own a business. So I would, if I had only a year, I would be an entrepreneur, start a business, and hopefully sell it and make that money after the year.
If you had to start from $0 and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
You got to have an idea, a concept, a business plan, and your relationships and connections. I think through that, then you can probably raise capital. You definitely have to leverage your relationships and whatever that thing God has blessed you with. If you can do it in your sleep, then that needs to be the thing that you use to make that $1 million.
If you were to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
I would probably hop in the tech industry, to be honest. Tech is really on the rise. You know, you can make a lot of money in that industry. Companies are literally willing to pay you whatever, you know, companies like Google and Amazon. And so I would get in the tech industry, to be honest.
If you had 1 year to make $1 million starting from nothing, knowing what you know now and your life depended on it, what would you do?
Invest in stocks. But you got to have money to do that. So you got to do your research, invest in the right stuff, and diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your stuff in one place. Stocks is free bands.
If you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
Monetize your social media if you have followers, and then sell something that could be mass produced and sold to a huge demographic of people.
If you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
I go gambling, man. Just throw it all down. You know, you might win.
I'd probably flip houses because the market's high right now for homes. So if I could buy them cheap and flip them, make a few bucks.
If you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
You know, I heard Mark Cuban say he would be a bartender. That was pretty good. I would say probably crypto right now. I've been into crypto for a while. It's one of the greatest inventions of our time. If I try to start over, I'd be somewhere in crypto.
If you had to start from $0 knowing everything that you know now and you had 1 year to make $1 million with your life depending on it, what would you do?
That's a really interesting question. You could try to build an app, given the internet and the hype that is out there. I would probably try to ride some fad and just try to work my ass off and get to where more people are at to buy it.
If you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
Well, I'm in the solar industry, so I would immediately get into a high commission sales job. I would try to make $300,000 to $400,000. I would live off of probably 10% of that, and I would invest every single other penny into different businesses and to different investments that are spitting out money residually. So you got to make as much money on the front end as possible through service industries or through sales or something, and then you got to get rid of that money as fast as possible into something where your money can actually work for you.
If you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do?
Sure, certainly. If I had 1 year, go to a location where there is proven demand and then figure out what's missing and then satisfy that demand. A good one would be Nashville. There's a big influx of people, and a lot of these people come from bigger markets where they're used to having certain goods and services. You can move quickly in a market like that.